microphone, and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
And
Hello, and welcome back to the You, Me, and the Scene podcast, brought to you by Revival Recordings. We are on episode 24, which will be coming out this Monday, March 18th, right after St. Paddy's Day. Everybody, hope you go kiss an Irish person. Drink some beer.
I will not be doing that either.
Andrew's not Irish. There you go.
I don't
Irish?
know. I doubt he's done his genealogy. Andrew, are you Irish? He has no idea.
Well, there you go. So maybe an Irish person. Drink some beer.
I'll just
find some gold. I don't know. Chase a leprechaun.
That would be good. That would be good.
St. Patrick's whole thing is that like he got the snakes out of Ireland. Is that
Yes. Yeah.
okay? So maybe I don't know. Go.
Don't find the snakes. Don't find any snakes.
Go be somewhere where there's
warmer.
not snakes. I have snake nails right now,
Right.
but I didn't.
Oh yeah, I saw
nice.
those the other day, and I liked them.
It wasn't on
Ready
purpose.
for
I didn't
tour.
know about the snake thing when I got them, but it works.
It does. On theme. So we have a couple topics to talk about today. A few things that came up just today that we popped into our agenda. But we will start with some revival news. So Gold Steps just came out with their recent single, Missing Out, which was a jam. So be on the lookout for Narcissist, their next single, that will be coming out April 12th. So very exciting that they just new music from them keeps coming out. I think that's all for releases coming up that we can say at least.
Alisana's Latin America tour is next month. That's all I got going on, and I'm just getting ready
Mentally
to get
preparing.
ready. Yeah, just
mentally preparing.
Brushing up on your Spanish.
Dude,
Or
Duolingo
whatever.
is no help because all Duolingo, I think I've said this, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I've definitely said it to you guys, is all Duolingo wants to teach me about is how to ask about apples.
Did you see the commercial where, I don't know what phone it is. I don't know if it's an app or if it's specifically the phone, but it was a commercial and it was like people were having trouble translating with like people that like cab drivers or something.
Mm.
And then apparently the person talked into his phone and it translated it and sent it to the cab driver. So, and it spoke to them in the language or whatever. So maybe you should look into something like that.
I know, yeah, I'll figure it out. I know we'll have a translate, but it'll be fine.
Don't come for me.
It'll be fine. I do know how to say, don't touch me, and I'm sleepy.
The important things.
Yeah, so I got that going for me. But yeah, we doing research for this episode. I was trying to like string a theme in there, but there isn't totally one. The first couple topics I was researching were like commodifying the music industry and capitalism in the music industry, and then other stuff happened like within the past 3 days that I added onto the document, and now it just makes no sense, but it'll be fine. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Talking about the man in the music industry.
Yeah, basically. And then a lot has happened over just the past couple of days, because I feel like we had not very different, but like a few topics that could be like a little throwaway that we were discussing earlier that we were going to put, and then these came up, and we want to be on top of things over here with our topics, so we had to put them in. So I think the newest development is the TikTok ban, and that kind of trickles off one of our recent episodes where we discussed was it Universal that took off Universal that took off artist music. So I mean, what are our thoughts, guys? So this is it got passed, so let's break that down.
In one of the the house. in the House.
Right, and now it just has to go to the
Yes.
Senate. But it's also a couple things. Yeah, I know the branches of government.
We know
That's
about
what
our
this
government.
podcast is about. Just to touch on the Universal pulling all their music off of TikTok, I don't know if it was just like a rehashing of the originals. I don't know if it was just a rehashing of the original statement, but I saw another thing from Universal where they said TikTok would rather have AI replicate songs than pay artists properly, which I hadn't really heard anywhere else. So maybe they told Universal something that they didn't tell the public. But also, all these other huge music conglomerates agreed to whatever TikTok was offering them. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't getting
Well,
all
I mean-
the facts, basically.
We won't get all
True.
the facts.
also,
Unfortunately.
it's not an all-out TikTok ban, I don't think. The way it was explained to me is TikTok has 6 months. The TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, has 6 months to sell like the majority shares of its company to a US based company or a person, or else it will be banned. What I'm
Right.
afraid of is TikTok getting the Elon Musk treatment, like when he bought Twitter, and it might as well be banned to
Just
me because I don't
die
use
out,
Twitter
yeah.
anymore. So
Which is possible that it's going to go that way. Yeah, so I mean, either they have to sell it to an American company, right? Or
yeah,
it's banned. I don't know
Um,
how many more steps it has to go through because Senate and then does
Did
it
it
go
say
past?
specifically U.S.?
I-
It has to be a U.S. company, or did it have? It can't be
Just-
like
next in
an
the
ally
bill,
of a U.S.
I
company.
think it wanted. I think I read U.S. company.
this bill says that TikTok's to a buyer that satisfies the U.S. government,
So satisfied. So it could be an ally.
which is a concerning precedent for free speech, in my opinion, because you know how the government works.
I mean, I think I don't know. It's hard to say because of all the agendas that are out there in politics and stuff. It's as far as like whether or not it's a control thing or if it's something that they're seriously concerned about. And I don't know. I haven't read enough into their fears about it outside of that they're concerned about the Chinese government using intelligence laws against ByteDance. But I mean, I was thinking when you when they were saying that it had to be someone that we like the U.S. government agreed with. It does kind of seem like it's like a power hold or power struggle there. I mean, obviously, U.S. and China are at odds at most of the time. So it's just a tricky situation. It's interesting though that, well, I guess TikTok is the only one that has ties, right, to
Yeah.
China. I mean, obviously, other social media and stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking because you used to not be able to like share TikToks across like to the other social medias, and then they got tied in that you could share them like directly to Instagram stories, directly to that.
Right.
So that's an interesting aspect that I don't really understand, and
Yeah.
how that would affect
mean, I think-
the other socials. Like, if that is a monetary effect to them.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about social media in general, I mean, there's so much going on behind the scenes of social media right now. Like, I know that some school systems are trying to
Yeah.
ban social media in schools for, like, at least while they're in schools and stuff like that. So I know that's a big topic going on right now. And so it's not surprising that it's happening right now in the landscape that it is.
Well, a lot of what I'm hearing on TikTok about the whole thing is there are a lot of
You're hearing about it on TikTok?
right. But the people who are on TikTok seem
Right.
to think that there's a lot of lobbying, and people who have in the government who have connections to Zuckerberg and
Companies.
Meta and companies that own the other social media sites. And that's why this is getting pushed so hard, because, they want to keep their pockets interest.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I know it passed in the House with pretty big numbers. It wasn't close at all. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the Senate. And then obviously it goes to president.
And the president has already said that he would sign it if it got to him. So
he did say that.
He did say that, yes.
Interesting. I didn't hear that.
Which I don't think surprises me that that's the case.
No, I mean, considering how big the numbers were in the voting, like you said, it passed bipartisan 352 to 65 vote. It means that it's not down party lines. It means it's pretty well received on both sides. So, I mean, it could very well pass. And then we'll have to just wait and see what happens from there. I mean, I don't know. Is there a black market for social media? like if they ban TikTok from the U.S. apps, do you find something? Can you still find it?
The CNN article that I was pulling from said that if this goes through, app stores and marketplaces that do platform TikTok would be fined per user on the app, which would mean billions of dollars of fines from Apple, Google, all these companies. So it's no one would be willing to break that law. But I don't know what it would mean for the individual consumer to try to find back ways to get onto TikTok. But at that point,
like if you already have it, does it just delete from your phone? Or
I don't know about that. It's probably like when Flappy Bird got banned.
I was gonna say, yeah, because there's been other apps that have like
Flappy Bird got banned.
I don't think it got banned. Didn't they? The creator like deleted it, didn't they?
Not legally. I don't think it was legally banned. That was a poor choice of words.
Yeah,
but when it was
creator
removed from the App Store, when it was removed from the App Store, phones that had the app on it were selling for like absorbent. Is that the right word?
Exuberant,
absorbent, a big, large. I don't have Evan's not here to be huge. My like little like research fact checker. But a large amount of money.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
But also TikTok is, I think, at least to me, it's all about ease of use and ease of access. So like if I have to jump through any hoops to get to it, I don't know. If the average person
I'll just be scrolling the Instagram reels.
Yeah. There'll be another app that pops up in its place, but it just feels like a pretty big censorship thing, you know?
Definitely. Yeah.
Because people use TikTok to organize and share ideas and things that aren't really always covered by mainstream media. And it just got a bad feeling about the precedent that it sets, you know?
And if we like tie it into like the idea of, music, we're going to be discovering a lot less.
We're already kind of discovering a lot less because of the universal thing.
So it's just everybody's going to have to hop on and get their Instagram reel game going.
Yeah, the whole thing is, of course people, like I said, people on TikTok are saying this, but it's been proven that the community on TikTok, like over its millions of users, has the ability of affecting the economy, affecting stock prices, affecting what businesses go out of business or strikes and boycotts and everything. And it makes sense that the government doesn't want us to have that tool. You know what I mean?
Damn government.
Let me put my tinfoil hat on real quick.
Trying to hold us down.
Speaking of evil mega corporations, Amazon is selling band merch.
Yeah. So I had this, I mentioned this to Haley and Amanda the other day because I had it pop up on like a sponsored ad or whatever. And it was an article. I'm pretty sure it was like when I first saw it, it must have been like a BuzzFeed article sponsored ad or something. I feel like it was a BuzzFeed. And it said like, get exclusive merch like from bands like Olivia Rodrigo and Green Day, and like named like a couple bands in the headline. And I was like, what? That's so weird. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and looked, and I'm like, yeah, some of these designs I don't think I've seen anywhere else. Or like, so it really raises the question of like, are these artists getting that full cut of band merch? Probably not, but
I don't know
it's
about
just
full cuts or anything, but they do say
or like how
official
much.
merch stores, so
Yeah.
it's at least like licensed. What I thought was interesting is a lot of like the Fall Out Boy tour merch. Like there's a Fall Out Boy tour merch section on there,
Oh, wow.
which I unfortunately do not have tickets to go see Fall Out Boy. I think I might actually not be in my city of residence when they would be in town. But sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. I would like to know if the merch that is actually at the tour is what's on the Amazon storefront, or if it's just like tour themed merch.
Right.
So.
I'll have to go look since I was there. I went last summer, but it's the second leg of that tour, so I assume it would be kind of the same. Their tour did have different merch for different cities, just based on because they did all the baseball stadiums. So like I got one that was like Fenway, like merch, but Fall Out Boy and stuff like that. And then that merch was being sold on MLB stores after.
Huh.
That's how I got mine, because it was sold out at the show. So then I bought it on the MLB website. But
nice.
Which is also interesting to do that. Which, I mean, they were partnered there and touring there, so I guess it makes sense. But the Amazon, I would be interested to know. Did the ones you see have like the cities like listed on, like that type of merch that had like dates and cities? Or
let's check.
But I did see like Green Day like designs that I feel like I've never seen. Like being able to purchase.
It's interesting because
Amazon
is such a big company in itself, right? And obviously you have people on there that sell like the artist stuff, like CDs and then things like that. It's quite interesting that it's considered exclusive sites, like exclusive stores. And I'm sure they are taking somewhat of a cut, just based on the little bit of a knowledge that I have about merch sites and things. But I mean, I'm assuming that they've got some kind of good deal that is maybe drawing these artists in outside of like maybe the cut's not as bad or something. And obviously if they get the big bands in, they can get some smaller bands in, and that'll help up their revenue and stuff like that.
Looking at the Fall Out Boy storefront, I don't see anything with tour dates on it, but you know, there's just a bunch of, when you click on the tour picture that they have, it looks like it's just specific to the So Much for Stardust album, maybe not necessarily the tour. The other thing I was wondering about is the quality of this merch, because I almost said Ashley Simpson. I don't really care about Ashley Simpson. Britney Spears and NSYNC both have storefronts on here, and I was just looking for like tank tops or whatever, and some of the reviews said that like, oh, it looks like this was ironed on cheaply and it's not going to make it through the wash. I returned it. I may have been spoiled by the Dennis Lee treatment of properly printed goods, but I don't really want to spend upwards of $40 on something that is not going to make it through a washing machine.
Yeah, I guess thinking about it, because I'm like, oh, like there's band merch now everywhere, like that you can get it at like PacSun, you can get it at like all these like regular
Target
stores, Target has the Olivia Rodrigo tour merch being sold there and stuff. So I guess Amazon isn't that far-fetched. I just saw it and you automatically like Amazon, we all use it, but like still like you like hate use it, you know what I mean, like, but it's convenient. And then I was like, my immediate thought was just like, interesting. I think maybe it was
Well, I
more.
wonder-
It was more the exclusive designs, I guess, that I was
Yeah.
like, that's.
I wonder if it, because on Amazon when you go, you always look at the reviews, and there's like several that are like, oh my god, this is the best product, and several that are like, oh my gosh, the quality. So I wonder if it's like one of those things where like it's the luck of the draw, or what.
I have been trying to buy a new toaster for like 2 years, and if I. Because the one we have is just like old, it's like kind of dying. I'll read like all these good reviews, and if a one single review says that their toaster caught on fire, it's a no. So yeah, that's me. I'll like read through, and it doesn't matter how many good ones. If there's one that's like really bad, I'm like, no, I can't be responsible for the whole apartment building going up. Like, and then I have anxiety about it.
Yeah, I don't want to buy a Fall Out Boy t-shirt that's gonna burn down my apartment either. So the reviews might be important.
Oh, hey, I'm wearing my Fall Out Boy sweatshirt. I just noticed that. Yeah, well, just an interesting tidbit. I thought it was, and then of course it's like targeting. The ads obviously are targeting me with that. I'm like, get away from me. I have so much band merch, but I'll always buy more. But I'm like, it's overwhelming my closet at this point. Stop targeting me.
Yeah, you don't think about how much band merch you have until you have to like dress up for something or like wear business casual to something, and you're like, oh man, I really only have band merch.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I made Andrew a quilt out of his old band shirts that he can't wear anymore for Christmas? It's a good idea if you can't wear some of your band merch.
Yeah. Keep going with the. Does this keep going into corporate? No. What's the word I'm thinking of? Not corporate.
Well, we can talk about we can go from that to jukebox.
Consumerism. That was the word I was thinking of, not corporate.
Capitalism?
Capitalism. That's yes. No,
the thing that's stepping on all of our necks right now.
It's been a long week and it's only Wednesday.
It's been a long year and it's only March.
March. Yep. Oh God. Yes, that word. Anyways, jukebox. You want to run down what jukebox is, Amanda?
Yeah. So speaking of capitalism and the music industry and commodifying something that we love, Jukebox is a company that opened its doors for business on March 8th of this year, but was founded in 2022. And it's a company that allows people to purchase royalty shares of their favorite songs. First impressions of that concept. What do you guys think?
My first impression is that artists would obviously have to sign off on that, right? So, well, okay, if you know nothing else, my thought is, okay, artists have to sign off on that unless, and then I'm like, unless their label has something to do with that. So without knowing anything else, that was my first thought when you like said this the other day. And I was like, unless their label is doing something sketchy. But
I feel like we would hear about it.
Yeah, Haley's the one that brought it up. But my first instinct too was like, this seems unsavory somehow. So as someone who doesn't know anything about investing or finance, this was a really difficult thing to try to put into English.
Haley, do you know how to run it down?
Yeah, I'm sweating here.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
I was like, Haley might have that side of
Haley, you're a better adult than we are.
Yeah. So basically, like Amanda was saying, it's basically turning royalty shares, and you would assume it's kind of like stocks. You'd be able to own part of the music, but not really the rights to it. So royalties are more of like what you get after a song has been released. Like when we pay out royalties, it's part of the streaming payments or physical merch or physical CDs that we've sold and streaming money that we get in. So you're paying out a royalty. So that's when you say royalty, it's something from after the song's released. It's not a right to the song. You don't own the song or a part of the song. Your name is not going to be on the rights owner line if you look it up.
Yeah, artists are selling portions of their royalty payouts from streaming and sync, like if the song was on a TV show or something like that. The website broke it down into 3 phases: reserve, buy, and trade. From what I could tell, the reserve phase was artists who had already agreed to be part of this jukebox thing had put up what songs were available to purchase a share of, and those royalty shares had to be approved by the SEC. And now that they have been approved by the SEC, users on the website can go and purchase these royalty shares. And then the next phase is trade, which the website says that they're trying to work out a system, some kind of official approved system, to trade these royalty shares at essentially like stocks. So
what I find
wonder...
interesting, what's in it for the artist?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. What does the artist get out of this? And like, or do they feel, because of how artists get paid these days, do they feel like that is something they need to do? Like, you know what I mean?
Interesting. I would think it would probably make more sense for Jukebox to take that route of promoting it, you would think, but that's not really the vibe that I got.
We'll make sure to include the link so that you guys listening can look at it yourself.
Check it out. Yeah, no, it really is. It's like, what benefit does the artist get from this? Because in the long run, like, everything you think of when you think of like issues that artists have, it's that they want the rights to their music, they want their royalties, they want this. So then what's the trade-off?
Right. I think
for them then do that.
The website makes it sound like the artist is benefiting because people are giving them money to get this fraction of their royalty payout, but that also doesn't make a ton of sense to me. It's also worth noting that all of the songs that are currently available on their platform to purchase shares of are all songs that have been out for a while, and they're all from huge artists. So it's not like someone is selling shares of an indie artist down the street's music. That's not what's happening. It's all like Beyonce, Kobe Calais is on there. Who else is on there?
So it's like, unless some of this music, since it's been out forever, gets like put in a new movie randomly or like something like that, it's kind of...
I think it really sounds like right? This was inspired by like the Murder on the Dance Floor type resurgence of a early aughts dance song from a Saltburn type thing.
Running up the hill.
Or running up that hill. Honestly, I kind of thought that specifically running up that hill was what it inspired this, because the way they're talking about it, they're like, you never know, one of these old songs is gonna pop off. Who else is on it?
Which makes sense. I mean, the idea, like that being the idea behind it, is because these artists, when these songs that have been out forever do all of a sudden just like pop off or become a TikTok trend or get put in a movie.
Well, TikTok trend, really, if we still have TikTok.
Really do like bring in money for these artists that hadn't even like seen money from that song in years.
It doesn't make sense to me to get a random person to get payouts out from that. You know what I mean?
Like, why wouldn't you just keep that as an artist?
I was also I was looking through their catalog and trying to string together what all these songs had in common, or like, was any one label doing this? Was any one distributor doing this? And it seemed that a lot of the same songwriters show up a lot. So, what's his? I just read his name and it immediately escaped me. Ryan Tedder is a name that showed up a lot, and he's the frontman of One Republic, and he writes for a ton of other really big artists in the music industry. And a whole good chunk of those songs all had the first credit as Ryan Tedder. So I feel like this company approached Ryan Tedder and was like, hey, we have this amazing investment opportunity for you. Give us some of your royalty money.
I was gonna say, I wonder if Ryan Tedder has like a part in the company, I guess. Stake in the company itself.
A lot of the articles I was reading about this had phrases like, why has royalties from the music industry been so exclusive? Like, because they should be going to the person that made the music.
Yeah.
It seemed very like, why can't my finance bro, whoever, get in on this royalties thing? But
It's
you
very
know,
strange.
as long as the artists are okay with it and whatever.
Yeah. I just remember seeing it on the news, like our local news, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, we got to talk about
Yeah.
it. We have to bring it up. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Like I can read through it all. I can look through it all. And I still have questions.
Ryan Tedder is an interesting person within the music industry. I feel like he does so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He does.
Because I saw One Republic. They were at a festival. Oh, they were at Kaboo in San Diego the year I went. Very good live. But wasn't he on that? He was one of the judges on that show, Songland, right? And then he produces, he writes, he's
done good for himself, for sure.
His catalog is like,
which also like
long with songwriter credits, like crazy.
It also cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it seem less seedy because the artists that are available on this platform are like artists that aren't hurting for money, you know? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Adele probably isn't hurting for her royalty payouts.
Probably not. She's been killing it in Vegas. She's making good money.
And it's also, okay. That's another thing, since it seems that Ryan Tedder is the common link between a lot of these songs. It seems that Ryan Tedder specifically is putting up his share of his royalty percentage. It's not like someone's taking money out of Adele's pocket. Another one, like another name that comes up in a lot of those credits is Major Lazer, which is Diplo's trio. That Diplo's another one that does a lot of different things. So it's all like well-established people in the music industry.
Right.
Rich people giving stuff to other rich people, probably.
Yeah. My assumption is that everybody involved, well, the shares that are involved are known about, or I feel like we would have heard, like an uproar would have happened.
Artists would be making like a huge stink about it.
On TikTok. They'd be going to TikTok while we still have it, making a stink. There you go. Where are we supposed to complain? And
yeah, like I said, I don't use Twitter anymore. Where am I gonna complain?
I just complained to Andrew. He just is my sounding board. Poor guy. Any other thoughts on the jukebox thing before we move on?
No, I mean, I think like the topics this week, it's interesting because it's like initial like headline. I have like a jerk reaction. I'm like, that's bad. And then we kind of look into it and we're like, I guess it's not that bad, but like,
except
it's still interesting to like, I want to know what, like a little more. Like,
that's a good segue.
Who knows? It could be.
Because you know what's not that bad?
A fun update, an interesting update. On a previous podcast episode, we discussed Blue Ridge Rock Fest and the last one that happened and how it didn't go so well. So here we are a few months later and tickets are on sale.
Yeah, tickets are on sale with no lineup announced, which I guess isn't that out of the ordinary. But if you recall, it's in September, right? Last September.
I think so, yeah.
It was a pretty fire-festy situation where a storm was blamed for the cancellation, but apparently before the storm even happened, trash was overflowing, artists weren't getting what they needed, people wanted refunds. TLDR, Emo Firefest is back, y'all. And it looks like people are buying tickets, or the website is doing a really good job of making it seem like people are buying tickets.
Pretty sure that's legal, but
I also don't really know, which I'm sure we were talking about this before we started recording. I don't really know what the levels of prices is referring to, because there's different tiers of, there's general admission, there's VIP, and then there's,
What'd you say? Yeah, and then
4-day
there's
rock
4
star
levels.
passes.
Yeah.
4-day Rockstar passes. And those are all different tiers of like what you get in the package. I don't understand what the tiers within those are referring to. I thought maybe it was a timing thing, or what. It
Could be.
doesn't make sense to me, and I'm sure someone who goes to more festivals than I do would understand it. But
It's so interesting to me when
appears
these festivals
that
come out
someone
with
is
so
signing up for
many.
this.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me when so many, like, these festivals come out with so many options. I feel like you're just making me crazy. Like, why are there so many options? Why can't there just be
General
Yeah.
VIP. Yeah. Like,
Right.
just keep it the two. It is interesting. Oh, sorry. It is interesting because Amanda also noted in our like pre-recording notes that they have new stuff for this year, and like glamping and all that. Maybe you should just figure out the basics that you were messing up last time before adding all this other stuff.
Yeah, so like a big complaint last year was the sanitary conditions in the camping. And this year there's regular camping that's a little bit closer, and then glamping.
Yeah, so they're gonna charge you for using a nice bathroom, a clean bathroom.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
What it is.
But I guess glamping has like beds, and it's supposed to be this luxurious, not really camping thing.
Climate
and I feel like
controlled.
climate controlled environment was what's really stressed in the notes there. And I feel like at that point maybe you should just stay at a hotel. But
I mean, the price.
I would.
I was like, the price is about the same. To be honest,
it's a lot more than it would be staying in a hotel.
If
honestly,
you found a cheap, like a cheap hotel would be way less than this glamping experience.
I'm a big,
especially if you're splitting with people. So
I'm a big proponent of the cheap hotels because it may smell bad, it may be a little sketchy, but I'm sleeping in a bed. Yeah. So
I'm also very much like, when it comes to like festivals or things where you're gonna be out of the hotel all day, you literally are just going there to like sleep. I don't pay a lot. No, if I just need a place to
I'm not
sleep.
that way. I'm not that way at all. Like, Andrew is one of those people that will go into a hotel room and he automatically like looks under the bed and the sheets for like bed bugs and stuff. Like, he automatically does that right away.
Well, yeah, you want to make sure that
like,
you're not gonna catch it. I mean, you're not gonna catch anything.
I want to be safe and I want to be comfortable. This is why I don't camp.
Well, you could glamp for $1,800 to $2,100 for 5 nights.
I think my going to a festival for 4 days in a row days are over.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever had those days, to be totally honest.
Truthfully, I haven't either, but I've never even considered it. But I just can't. That's too much for me. I just can't do it. It's just too much.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind it
price-wise and like stimulation.
I don't mind the glamping and sleeping in a van on tour because I'm getting paid for it.
That's different. Yeah.
But yeah, I would not be giving Blue Ridge Rock Festival money after last year. But hey, if you want to do that,
maybe
maybe
we'll
see in September.
Yeah, to see how it goes. We'll have to see the lineup that comes out when it does.
Yeah,
discuss that
because that'll be interesting.
That was a big thing last year too. Is a lot of the bands were like, "I'm never doing this again. This was so unorganized. This was so unprofessional."
So my thought is like, if they get bands back, they would have to be paying them a lot. And where's the money coming from? Is it all these glamping sites? Or like, is that why they upped all? Is that why they upped all this so that they can get these bands back because they have to pay them a lot to convince them to come? Or so I think it's.
I mean, you're putting a lot of hopes and prayers on someone taking that glamping site.
Yeah. So
well, one of the pricing tiers is crossed out, so the website would lead me to believe that
Sold out.
somebody is
Sold out.
buying these glamping sites,
Who knows?
not even knowing what bands are going to be there. That I don't understand. And maybe that's just a festival culture thing that like doesn't resonate with me. But I would not spend this money if I don't know what bands are going to be there.
No, I at least need unless it's like a festival like even Coachella I wouldn't buy before knowing, because they do tickets, they sell early bird in like July usually, and then the lineup doesn't come out till January for the festival in April.
The next.
So, and it's going to be big artists, but there's such a vast difference every year of what artists are going to be there, where it's like I wouldn't have gone this year, like, you know what I mean, or last year I didn't care about that lineup, like so I wouldn't even do that, even with like a well-established like one that you're not gonna you could at least have a bathroom that isn't gonna feel like you're gonna catch something in, but
So I went to see, like, I wonder if their social media comments are on or whatever. They haven't posted anything since they posted in December about being sorry about providing the delay in providing a clear resolution for 2023's partial cancellation. So they haven't. I guess they haven't even posted that it was on sale, but it's on sale on the website.
Have they posted it on any other socials? Like, I know you just looked at Instagram, but like Facebook.
That's interesting.
TikTok?
Imagine if they just made new socials and we're like, that's not us.
They haven't posted on their other socials either, so I don't even know, because I saw the Blue Ridge thing. I'm pretty sure I saw Jesse Lee talk about it, and that's what made me go look into it. But he, he's on like Octane and stuff, so I'm sure he has like other, not that you need a source to go look at the website, but maybe they sent out an email blast or something.
I'm sure someone has been talking about it besides us,
but
probably get picked up.
Leads me back to, are people actually buying these, or are they just making it look like it's a hot commodity on the website?
You know what's interesting is I mean, well, first of all, I don't even know if that'd be legal, because then that would be forcing people to buy a higher tier than, right? Is that like, I mean, what, like, that's...
I think we learned in our TikTok conversation that I don't know how the law works.
I don't know if that's an actual law, but ethically wrong. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, guys, I just typed in Blue Ridge Festival, and it says the Blue Ridge Festival organizers, this was updated 4 hours ago. Blue Ridge Festival organizers say they are not currently selling tickets for the festival in 2024, despite the option to pre-order tickets on its website. They said tickets for 2024 are not currently on sale and have not been for several months while we worked to provide a resolution to 2023 fans. This was from their executive producer, Kara Fisher. The festival follows the lead and direction of multiple distinguished insurance law firms and a public adjuster concerning public statements. As much as doing so has crippled us publicly, we have been informed that we have acted by the book in accordance with the event's insurance policy and anticipate a positive resolution soon. Please know that we are committed to delivering a great experience for our fans and support it in 2024. They're still working towards the thing.
Is that they haven't paid everyone back? Is what I'm
so
getting.
What's the deal with what's on the website? That was it just like a screw up?
Well, you would think if they noticed it, they would take it off.
Let me see if it's still there.
It says organizers told us the festival's website has not been updated since before the 2023 festival took place, and they are working to provide a resolution to fans.
Does that say 2023 on it or 2024, Amanda?
So 2024 festival passes pre-sale happening now.
Right, but it's saying that the people apparently running the organizer saying that that's not the case.
So if
based on this article,
if someone were to go through and like click on one of the tiers that's available and pay and it goes through, where's the money going? Why would it be an option?
Well, I tell you right now, I'm not putting my card information in here. But
so this is a PSA. Even when tickets do become available, it doesn't seem like that's the place that you want to be spending your money.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went all the way, I clicked the link, I went through to eTix, you can add it to your cart. I have one in my cart on the eTix website right now.
Shut up. That's bad. That's
That's
bad.
crazy.
I can get as far as putting in my payment info, and that is as far as I'm going to go.
That's bad.
I'll send you guys the link so you can
Yeah.
you can put it in
Isn't
the
that
comments so
like,
people know that I'm not lying.
So that is illegal. If you don't have right to sell tickets to something that's not actually happening, what's the word I'm thinking of? But that is
Fraud?
illegal. Well, yes, fraud. But like that's 100% illegal. So
Maybe
if they were getting called out for that enough to make a statement, why wouldn't they take that down?
I don't know.
Because to take money from someone and have these like listed, and you even have information for new things happening in 2024, why would all that information be out there if you're not selling anything yet?
Yeah, so that maybe, I don't know. Maybe once you try to purchase it, it doesn't let you.
It
I
also
don't
makes
know.
me think the way that they worded that, because they're still working with insurance or whatever. I am curious if anybody out there that would be listening went to Blue Ridge and is still waiting for a refund. Please let us know, because I want to know if they got refunded. Makes it seem like they're still in talks with insurance and haven't gotten that payout to refund.
And I want to know if
my
these
initial reaction.
price levels being crossed out. What's the truth? What's the truth, Ellen? What are we doing?
It's crazy.
Man, that's confusing. I would hate for us to have been on that whole ass rant for it to not be real. But I'm looking at the
And now
website and it
we've
says
discovered.
2024 festival passes. So
It's crazy. I don't understand it. But whatever. Figure it out,
Screenshot
Blue
that
Ridge
and
Festival.
insert it
Figure it
in the
out.
corner of our video so we have proof. We know what we're talking about. Anyways, so if anybody has still waiting on money, let us know. We'll have you on to talk about it. So, well, I think that wraps up our topics for this episode. We're a little all over the place, but like we said,
All over
things
the place.
things just popped up the past couple of days that we just kept adding. So we wanted to be as current on our topics for Monday as possible. Maybe next episode we might have a guest.
we don't know yet.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
But yeah, let's y'all ready for song of the week? That's what I was doing. I was looking for
Yep.
making sure I had the right.
Oh, speaking of, did you see that Beyonce announced the country album today?
Yes.
Cowboy Carter.
It's gonna be interesting
Don't come at me, Beehive.
because you know the Beehive is gonna be like, this is the greatest thing, and she did when she
I
made number
know.
1 on country charts, which I'm sure country artists were not happy about. But
I listened to one of them today because I saw that on the news that she had
Yeah.
announced the album, and I was like, I gotta listen to it at least once, and it's not my cup of tea.
just because,
But
just 'cause
no, I
country-
listened to country
I was gonna
too.
say you listen.
No,
country,
I
yeah.
listened to country
Yeah.
too, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of felt forced.
Does it sound like it was made for TikTok?
No, I don't know. But it like I feel like it because of who she is and the music she does and what she was singing about. Like it felt very like I know she's from Texas, right? But it felt very like cliche country things like drinking out of solo cups and blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
And you're like, Beyonce isn't drinking out of a solo cup.
yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Beyonce,
Right,
her
exactly.
children don't even, if you went up to her children and said the word solo cup, they probably wouldn't even know what you were talking about. They have like,
I know. But that's
No.
neither here nor there. That will not be my song of the week.
could be the title. Beyonce ain't drinking out of no solo cups.
I'm gonna go with Why Worry by Set It Off. I think it's gonna be my anthem for the week.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why worry? Why worry? Why do we worry, guys? That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
It's too much. It's too much, guys. But it is a good song, so go check it out if you haven't heard it before.
Cool.
What about you, Amanda?
Mine is The Hammer by Kubla Khan. Bear with me. Kublai Khan? Kubla Khan. I have hardly ever said that band name out loud. But I posted on TikTok the other day that I've exclusively been listening to them and Chapel Roan and no in between. So that's what my mind is like lately. And plus there's a TikTok trend going around based around like their newest song. So like it's just been they've been heavy on my mind lately. So that's my song of the week. Go ahead, Courtney.
Over the weekend, I was on a Michelle Branch kick. Throwing it back. So I'm gonna do "You Set Me Free" by Michelle Branch. So
that's a deep cut. Yes, I feel like because I don't know that song.
So I feel like if you heard it, you would know. What it was definitely in a movie. I feel like it's been used in movies before. I'm gonna have to go look what movie. I think it's been used in movies, but anyways, was throwing it back into my Michelle Branch vibe. So
nice.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in for another riveting episode.
I'll find some way to stitch this together.
Riveting, rambling episode. One day we'll get it together. Not today.
Today is not that day.
One day. But hopefully you guys still enjoy. And we will talk to you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of It's You, Me, and the Scene, brought to you by Revival Reportings. New episodes released every other Monday, and be sure to keep up with us on all socials at It's Why Matt's Pod. That's ITSYMATSPOD.